Yeah, good news for Arsenal. A welcome sight to see Odegaard back on the running machine. I mean, how significant an update is that? Particularly, I suppose, when you consider the injuries that Manchester City are suffering with at the moment as well.
It is really significant, and he said in his programme notes on Saturday that he'll hopefully be back very soon. The only dampener, the only cold water I pour on this is that the Norway coach has been speaking as well and said, yes, he's made great progress with his injury, but he's a long way from playing matches. Now, Arsenal did struggle to cope initially without Martin Odegaard in the matches which he's missed. He got injured in the last international break. Yes, they picked up positive results against Tottenham in the North London derby. They got that away draw in Atlanta, and then they drew away at Manchester City. And they struggled a little bit. We saw his impact was keenly felt. But it's been in the last few matches, the last 4 matches there, when the goals have been flowing as well, and they've looked like they found the right solutions to cope in the short term without Martin Odegaard. Mikel Arteta has used a number of different systems and different personnel to try and fill the void because he is such a vital cog in that Arsenal team. So they'll be desperate to have him back as soon as possible. And Mikel Arteta very unwilling to give a timeline at this moment in time. It feels like nobody wants to give a precise time of when he'll be back. The one game I'll point out to you, though, Sunday the 27th of October, Arsenal at home to Liverpool, live on Sky Sports Super Sunday. They'll be desperate to have him back then, but we're not so sure. He's back running again. Will he be fit enough in 3 weeks' time to take on Liverpool, potentially another title contender? We'll wait to see. Arsenal fans will certainly hope so.
Dom would have just went like that with a penalty. There you go. Oh, it's your birthday. You have it.
No chance. Oh, dear. This is all in capital letters, Shaka.
Is it shouting?
Yeah, shouting. Shaka, are you surprised by Havertz's performance as a striker? Because you have been really critical of him in the past.
He's been good. Well, he was good last game. It's good last game.
Good last game. It's not a one-off.
Do you know what?
Been all right. Listen, I as you know, I have a lot of friends who are Arsenal fans who
talk
to me about Havertz. So the Man City game was a classic. Because Opta come out with stats that him and Timber completed no passes all game long. Yeah. To which all my mates were like, yeah, but he played well. I'm like, how do you do that? He didn't complete a single pass all game. He's a striker. Yeah, but he played well.
But he has played well this season.
If you complete a pass, I'll accept that.
Shaka, I'm surprised.
No, I'm just saying. When he's good, I'll say he's good. When he's not, I'll say that. But I feel like there's this effort to convince everybody that Havertz has been better than he actually has at times.
Wow.
And by the way,
Was that not in a game when they were down to 10 men, though, Shaq?
For 45 minutes,
was that
yeah.
not in the
But
game,
sure.
the Man City game,
yeah,
when they were
okay,
down to
for
10 men?
45 minutes. But he had 45 minutes to complete 11v11 to complete one pass. One pass!
do you know what gets me, though, is that
So much.
Havertz clearly is doing much better as a front man.
Very much so.
But what gets me is that this is falling in Arteta's lap. Right? Arteta's grand plan was to bring him in and play him where he played him at the start in the midfield.
To replace
Gabriel Jesus was going to play
to
replace Grant Xhaka. Gabriel Jesus was going to play up front. And the grand plan was Havertz as a midfielder, which failed relatively miserably. So the fact that Jesus was out of form, are injured, both, and Eddie Nketiah couldn't really step up in the long term, and the fact that Havertz was struggling, meant he had to go up front.
That's harsh.
No, let me tell you. What if Gabriel Jesus had been playing well and scoring? What would he have done with Havertz? Because Havertz in the midfield for Arsenal against the better teams was not working. Was it working or not?
But it's not just luck, is it? It's not just luck that Havertz is playing up front.
Listen,
Wait, where did he buy him to play?
In the centre midfield.
Right. That was his... All I'm saying is, that was his grand plan.
Right.
And we all sat here, most of us, and said, this ain't going to work. The best position for him is where he's playing now. So it fell on his lap.
I have no problem with that. If
I don't have a problem with it. I'm merely pointing it out.
Joe Linton is a classic example of that. Yeah, him. Where he was brought to be a striker for Newcastle and all of a sudden it's turned into an outstanding...
Yeah, but that's a different manager.
Yeah, I get it. But to the question...
Too many flaws in that.
To the question, all I'm saying is when he's good, I'll say he's good, as he was on the weekend. When he's not, I'll say he's not. Right. As he was against City.
Well, that wasn't a very good...
Arsenal news. Martin Odegaard is back. Real Madrid contact William Saliba. Today good news for Arsenal, a welcome. the Real Madrid have reportedly made contact with the entourage of Arsenal star William Saliba over a potential transfer to the Santiago Bernabeu after spending time out on loan in his native France at Sten Nis, and Mars SBA has since developed into one of the world's best central defenders during his time at Arsenal under Mikel Arteta. Since and including his man of the match debut against Crystal Palace in the Premier League in August 2022, Saliba has made a total of 92 first-team appearances for the Gunners in all competitions, chipping in with 5 goals. The 23-year-old, who has been named in the PFA Team of the Year in the last 2 seasons, has formed a formidable partnership in the heart of Arsenal's defence with Gabriel Mgal, which has been key to the club's rise towards the summit of the Premier League. Saliba's impressive form is understood to have caught the eye of Real Madrid, who are said to be scouting the France international ahead of potentially making a big money move for the Gunner. Star Arsenal allegedly have no interest in parting ways with Saliba, but that has not stopped Los Blancos from stepping up their pursuit of the centre. According to French news outlet 10 Sierra Leone and Lyon Sport, Real Madrid have made Saliba their top priority transfer target for the summer. Of the report adds that Carlo Ancelotti's side have already made contact with Saliba's entourage to gauge his interest in a potential transfer to the Spanish capital. It is claimed that a major operation could take place in the coming months as Real Madrid attempt to break the Gunners' lock and prize one of their star players away from the Emirates Stadium. While some may argue that sporting director Edu could be under pressure to prevent Saliba from joining a club of Real Madrid stature, there have been no indications from the defender to suggest that he is looking to leave Arsenal anytime soon. In July 2023, Saliba extended his Gunners contract until June 2027 and admitted at the time that this was an easy decision to commit his future to the club. "I want to play more years for this amazing club," Saliba told the club's website. "I didn't achieve anything yet, so I want to win everything with this club. I think we can achieve everything. Of course it's easy to say this, but we have the coach, we have the character, we have the players, and every year the team gets stronger. We have better players with a good mentality. We have a good experience from the last season as well. We know that the season is so long, so we are confident. And we know we can do something good at this club." Real Madrid are believed to be keen to reinforce their centre-back options and recruit a top player to provide competition for Antonio Rudiger, David Alaba and Edam Mtoo. The latter two have struggled with injuries in recent seasons.